Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and finally I was able to get Cable to level 80, and I gotta tell you guys, after playing with him at level 80, I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna tier 4 this character, because I gotta say, man, this guy is absolutely insane. Even at just level 80, as I'm gonna show you guys today, he is a godly character. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be going against Null, stage 54. Now, this is as high as I can go against this stage, but we're using Polaris, we're using Mystique, right? Obviously for our supports. But something about Cable that you'll really notice is that, especially when he gets to level 80, is that his survivability is actually fairly decent. It's not bad at all. Like, he went from being a glass cannon to, I'm not going to say a tank. He's definitely not a tank, but he's definitely has a whole lot more survivability due to the heal, right? The heal that gives him 15% HP heal buff, but it actually refreshes one more extra time. So you actually get 30% HP heal. And it still appears that you still need to play with the 5-3-4 combination in order to get the proc from the fifth skill in order to get the most damage, and it does make a big difference if you do start with the 5-3-4 instead of just going like 3-4 or 3-5-4. It's just going to be a lot better because you're going to get that 70% proc from the fifth skill. Now, I'm playing him a little conservatively as far as, you know, the way that I'm using him, because I'm not doing his tier 3 every other rotation. You can do that. If you throw in that second skill, you can easily do it every other rotation. It's just I'm playing it safe and just doing 5-3-4, right? 5-3-4, 5-3-4, and then I go 5-3-4 tier 3, right? And it works out pretty insane. The fact that he's in iframes on that fourth skill, and the fact that he just moves around all over the place, really aids to his survivability, because one, he's in an iframe, so certain attacks aren't even going to hit him, and two, because he's moving, he can avoid certain attacks that avoid iframes. Like, it's really sweet what they did for the character. I still would have liked to seen a little bit of decreased damage received, but I gotta say, guys, like, he does pretty damn awesome. Now, this is just stage 54, so this really isn't a huge feat of strength. It's really the speed as to which we're doing this. Now, I'm using a regular CTP of energy. It's the exact same build that I used in the last video. It's just he's level 80. All I've done is level 80 the character. That's it. I just took him to level 80, and he's pretty damn monstrous, I have to say. Pretty freaking crazy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, one thing about Cable is I wouldn't really attack during this phase of Null, because I do think that he probably would die, right? He probably would. However, maybe I could have done a stage 54, probably, if I would have just used his tier 3, because he actually does get a distance away from the target. So maybe then he might have been able to do it, but I didn't really want to take the chance, just kind of fly through it. But as you guys can see, you know, we have done this clear in, you know, just a little over 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 38 seconds if we're being precise, right? Which is pretty nice. 2 minutes and 38 seconds is pretty wild to do stage 54. That's actually really good, especially considering that we're not using a mighty anything, right? We're not using any of that stuff. And I'm a player that does have mighties and a brilliant destruction, which actually would be insane on this character because he is proc friendly. Now has a little bit better feat of strength to show is that we're doing stage 79 Mephisto, right? An opponent that we don't have an advantage or a disadvantage again. And hopefully one day we will have an advantage in the future where Blast can actually fight against, you know, other types, or we have the advantage. But, you know, really just avoiding those attacks there with the circular coming out of Cable is really the way to go, right? As long as you're avoiding those things, you'll do pretty well. And honestly, guys, I only had to play this one time. I played this one time, and I was able to get it done. That's how good he is and how much better his survivability is. Because, I mean, his survivability, seriously, like, obviously, his power is way better. But I focus more on survivability with Cable because, and really just want to highlight that more, because that's the thing that's truly made him an annoyance to play before. Like, he just, oh, God, I couldn't stand playing the character, unless it was an APX, but I couldn't stand playing the character in World Boss because, you know, with his other skills, even with Kid Cable, Kid Cable, he moves around, but it's not an iframe, right? He's kind of rooted, especially with his other uniforms. And man, against Mephisto, especially because of that chip damage, he will die. Now that attack right there, that can be pretty damn disastrous. Sometimes I might have to switch my character whenever, you know, we would go against that. But wow, right? And not to mention that his movement speed is also very, very good. Right? He's a pretty fast character, right? We just went in and switched because we might have died, and he can die, right? But wow, like he is so good now. And stage 79 Mephisto is no joke. And the great thing about Cable is that, you know, you're going to need, you know, a character like him whenever you get to stage 95 against Mephisto. Now, I actually tried doing stage 95, but the damage just wasn't good enough. The survivability was. Even at level 80, his survivability still was really, really good against stage 95 Mephisto. Like, it wasn't awesome. I mean, obviously you can die, you know, if you're not careful. But there's definitely some leeway whenever you're playing with the character now, which is something that I appreciate. I'm really happy with what Netmarble did for Cable. He's so much better, not only in damage-wise, but the survivability. And seriously, when you take him to level 80, that's when you see an insane improvement for him, especially as far as damage, well, and survivability, right? Because, you know, whenever these characters level 80, they take less damage, they dodge more often, and so your survivability is a whole lot better. Now, we're losing some players here. We're losing some of our opponents, so now it's all Cable. He's all on his lonesome, which really is, you know, that's kind of Cable's thing anyways, right? He likes to be the lonesome guy, right, to get it done. Oh, my God. Booyah! Booyah! Oh, my Lord. Bam! Okay, watch out, watch out, watch out. And here is a little stressful because it's like, man, you know, like we lost our other guys. We couldn't switch to another character. So it would have been cool if, like, at one point in the very beginning of this, whenever I switched to another character, we would have had a little bit of a shadow there where we could actually just kind of hit the first enchantment, but it's all good. It's all good. No big deal. We're going to get it done. We're going to absolutely destroy this thing. And, man, dude is insane. Like, the speed that he's doing this, as to which, like, look at the speed, guys. Like, with a regular CTB of energy, stage 79 is crazy against Mephisto. It's really, really strong. Like, I'm pretty blown away by Cable, and it's really nice to see a native tier 2 character get some respect, right? It's really nice to see, man. Look at this, man. 4-minute clear, under 4 minutes. Stage 79 Mephisto, guys. Under 4-minute clear against that boss, which is insane. Like, that is just absolutely crazy that he can do that. And you guys can look at the build. It's the same as it was before, right? We have no artifact. We're just using a regular CTP of energy. I mean, the dude is absolutely insane. Plus, I'm just using a legendary uniform, so we can still get a little more damage out of this character once I take this uniform to Mythic. I mean, what a monster, guys. And like I said, I'm thinking about just going ahead and tier 4ing him because, like, right now on my account, I just don't have the damage, at least with the CTP of energy, a regular one, to do stage 95 Mephisto, right? He just doesn't quite have the damage, but I'm pretty sure once I take him to tier 4, maybe even without a mighty, definitely without, I would definitely imagine without a brilliant, he's going to be able to do it. I really don't want to put a brilliant on him because it's just really, really expensive to unequip these obelisks, even though there is a 50% discount. So that is something to think about. Maybe I will go ahead and try it if you guys would like to see that. But I mean, I'd have to spend, you know, 300 here, put this on him, right? Then I'd have to unequip that. Then that's going to be a whole bunch more crystals because I'm going to eventually just put a rage on the character because he's just going to be an AVX and ABL character. But I really want to use him for those stage 95 to 99 against Mephisto, and playing with the proc is really going to be the way to go for that. So let me know what you guys would like to see for Cable, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.